Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about pantry food, dry food, and frozen food. Basically, emergency food that you can eat if you can't go to the stores for reason or another. And there might be several reasons why you can't go to the stores. And one of them might be that you're sick or there's a storm outside and you can't go, or you just might be low on money. But whatever the reason might be, I think it's good habit to have preservable foods in your home. I have had pantry food for several years now, so I wanted to share you my insight in the matter. The most important advice is to buy food that you like. And I know it sounds really simple, but you might not think that you have to eat the food even if there isn't emergency. And the pantry food and frozen foods preserve really well, but they don't last forever. So you have to think ahead and think what you're going to make from the food that you buy. My favorite foods are tortillas, tomato sauce, mushrooms, beans, and sun-dried tomatoes, noodles, and pre-made single-packed sauces. And you can also make your own sauces or dressings, but I think these pre-made sauces are really good. Here's some examples. And there might not be ingredients to make dressing yourself, but if you want, you can buy soy, teriyaki, oyster sauce, sweet chili sauce, and vinegar, and balsamico, and stuff like that. Then you can make your own dressings, and you also have to have protein. You can buy canned meat, your mystery meat. No, but really, I like the meat that you can buy here. It includes cow's heart, and that's really healthy. You can make Mexican stew from the meat, for example, because the rice preserves well. You could also buy meatballs and combine with spaghetti, and that preserves well. And you could also buy tuna, and you could make your own bread and make tuna sandwiches. And these are just examples because I really like these foods I just listed here. If you're a vegetarian, you can buy seeds, nuts, mushrooms, and textured soy protein granules. And I like to eat soy even if I'm not a vegetarian, because they taste really good. They absorb the taste of the dressing, so they behave like tofu in that way. And tofu is a good example as well because it preserves well in the freezer uh, or in the refrigerator, and it preserves even better in the freezer. And you can freeze tofu if you drain the water from it first. And I think it's amazing how many things you can freeze. Actually, because you can freeze even eggs if you break them first and separate the egg yolk and the egg white. And the reason why you want to do this is because the egg white preserves for longer than the egg yolk. So that's why you separate them. I can leave a list here of how ingredients preserve in the refrigerator and in the freezer. I don't know how old this is because there isn't the egg added here, but it's still useful information if you don't know some of the preservation dates for your foods. In the freezer, you might want to have your grounded beef, your shredded chicken, and the like. But I think you should put your vegetables in here because there really isn't much. You can buy beans, peas, chickpeas, lentils, chilies, tomatoes, caprices, onions, and stuff like that. But when you buy frozen vegetables, you can make wok uh, and foods like that, and you have so much more variety in them. You can also buy uh, edible plants and herbs and preserve them under the plant light, or if you have enough sunlight, you don't have to buy plant light. But in Finland, we don't really have that much sunlight, so you basically have to have the plant light. And in Finland, they sell the plants in these growing pots, and that's because they preserve better in the stores, or at least that's the reason I can think of. So they look fresh and good when you buy them. And the basil is one of the most easiest herbs that you can grow. It can easily survive for up to 6 months when you grow basil. You also have to have your carbohydrates, so noodles, tortillas, lasagna, macaroni, couscous, rice, and stuff like that. And I really like couscous because you can combine peas and maize with it, and peas and maize um, go well in the freezer. Um, and couscous is really delicious when you put some butter and vegetables in it. You can also make your own bread, and I haven't really baked that much, but I can leave a recipe in the description that even I could follow. You might also want to buy a bread machine because it makes the bread making so much easier and faster if you have the room. We don't really have the room in our small kitchen, so that's why we don't have the machine, but yeah, it makes really even results. I think it's a good habit to make your own bread anyway, because in the store-bought bread you have added sugar in them and even added syrup. And talking about sugar, we have canned fruits, and canned fruits include a lot of sugar in them, so I don't really like to buy them. For fruits, I have frozen berries like strawberries and blueberries, and I hate to say it, but the most affordable fruit in canned form is baby food. And why do I hate to say it? Is because when the pandemic started, people went and bought a baby supplement for their milk. So when the milk in used form wasn't in the stores, they started to buy baby foods. I hope that never happens, but don't stack up your pantry to the brim with baby food. Just don't, that's not cool. But yeah, you could also buy um, candy bars or fruit bars rather, and try fruits like raisins, for instance. For milk supplements, you might have milk in flour form, and I haven't really tried this because most of them include lactose in them, so I couldn't even drink them. But for milk supplement, I have used oat milk, I have made pancakes from oat milk, for example, and I think it's really tasty, and it might be even better than regular milk. So that's a thing you might want to try yourself. Um, yeah, just today I thought that we were out of jam or strawberry jam, and I just found some in our pantry, and I could eat my boring maize cereal with it, and I was so happy. Uh, so I think it's really nice to have these kind of surprises when you store up pantry food. Most of the time you know what you have in your pantry, but sometimes you might forget and be happily surprised. But I can't think of anything much more to say for this video. Of course, you can or you should have water, and if you have room to buy water, then you should buy it. Mm, this video isn't about drinks that much anyway, so um, I hope you found something new in this, some new information, and I hope you found it helpful. Um, it's such a crazy world out there, and when you can uh, like control your food or what you have, it's at least something that you can do. And so I hope the craziness stops, and I hope you stay safe. Have a good night.